You're raving, you're raving, you're raving with Rua. Fabulous songwriters from Belgium and beyond, the lowlands, the highlands, and far across the pond. On Instagram and Facebook too, you can follow, like, and share. Please hit subscribe and join the tribe from the comfort of your chair. You're raving, you're raving, you're raving with Rua. Yes, and a good evening. It is Raving with Rua here on my YouTube channel, Songs from the Rua Room, dedicated to songwriters, singer-songwriters from Belgium and beyond. I hope everyone is doing fine and well. Episode number 72 here. We'll be raving with two Ruas tonight, Daithí Rua and Fia Rua, who will join us in a second. That's the plan tonight. Tonight's stream is always brought to us courtesy of the great people of G-Sharp Guitars, the world's finest travel electric guitars. Check them out in the link below. If it's your first time to this channel, please hit that subscribe button down there for me as well, folks. Give the old videos a thumbs up. Helps the old algorithm stuff and helps me get the music of the songwriters out there around the world. So please consider doing that. If you're watching on Facebook, please give the page a like at the Rua Room there, and you can follow on Instagram as well. Every little helps. We have a few live viewers already, I see, which is great. We have Stephen from up downtown Warscott. How you doing, Mr. Mojo? Good to see you. Nice to see you. Thanks for tuning in. If you have comments or questions, folks, leave them up there. And if they're nice, I will put them on screen for myself and Fia tonight. So that's pretty much it. It is the 17th of February in the year of 2021, in case you're watching this from the future. Who knows? These things can happen. So without further ado, we have rough internet apparently over in Westmeath or wherever Fia is. So we're going to try and get him online if we can. Hello, Chris from Germany. It's great to see you. And thank you very much for tuning in from Deutschland. As always, great to see you. Thank you very much for dropping by. So Fia Rua is a singer-songwriter. He's an actor. Does a lot of great work around the Midlands of Ireland. And yeah, as I said, dodgy internet, but we're going to give it a go and see how we get on. Anyone over there? There he is.
Hello there.
Good evening to you, Fia Rua. Thank you so much. I know you're struggling there with the old web internet, but it's great to see you.
Thanks very much, Daithí. It's a pleasure to be here. Apologies about the poor reception here in the Midlands of Ireland.
Look, it happens. I know. I heard all about the Irish internet. I had to cancel one the other night as well for the same reason. But it's great to see you. You have a brand new album coming out, you were saying, very soon. Tell us a little bit about that.
I do. A brand new album called Behind the Grey, which I've been working on for 5 years. And
wow. It's
going to be released on the 28th of March via Facebook yeah, maybe YouTube. I'm not sure exactly, but it'll be on my Fia Rua page on Facebook. Yeah.
Great, and you're going to try and kind of get it launched online anyway. Even though you will be bringing out a physical version of it, will you?
I'll be bringing out a vinyl version as well.
Great, yeah. Great. And will that be before or after the launch, Fia, or?
That's going to be May. So I'm going to set up something on Bandcamp, maybe that you can pre-book it, you know. So it'll be May or so. Yeah. So I'm going to do a little video, a pre-recorded video together. I'll be talking to you about the possibilities of ways of releasing albums, and I've decided to go pre-recorded because live, as you can see, can be a little bit stressful when the Wi-Fi is not great.
Indeed, yes, absolutely. When you're dealing with Irish Wi-Fi or any Wi-Fi, it can be. Just tell us a little bit about the way it started for you, where it began musically for you. I know you've done a lot of gigs and touring around Europe as well. That was probably later on in your career, but before we even talk about the acting part, I mean, where did it start for you musically? I
hope I'm not interrupting you, but I'm just going to talk because I can just
go for it when you get the chance.
Yeah. So I would have started off playing the drums actually when I started off my musical journey, and that would have been when I was doing my Leaving Cert, and my father got me a drum kit for completing my junior cert.
Great.
And then so that was rock and roll. Then I discovered Nirvana and The Cure, and then I started writing songs for the band that I was in, and then I started singing and playing the guitar, a few chords, and went into the acoustic kind of side of things. Then moving into the kind of early 2000s, the singer-songwriter thing was big. So I would have done a lot of singer-songwriter nights. Released my first album in 2003, second album in 2010, third album in 2014, and this will be my fourth album. So yeah.
Great stuff. That's a fair body of work, all original material, and it's brilliant.
Yeah. I guess I was just thinking the other day, I kind of used to write songs all the time, even if I didn't have anything that I knew specifically was the songs were for. But these days I tend to write specifically for albums, and so if I have an album coming up, I'll write the songs for it. So this most recent album was very much written and recorded almost within a week. And what I'm trying to do now is learn the lyrics of my own songs to
learn
play
the words
live at some point.
Yeah, eventually we'll get to play live. How's this lockdown treating you? Did you bury yourself in music?
It's been great.
Did you take a step back from it? No, has it? Good.
Yeah, it's been great, because there were certain things I was probably doing that was taking up my time before COVID that stopped happening. That was probably about giving to certain things that weren't benefiting me as much as. So I guess what I've discovered is other little things that I like to do, like storytelling. I've done a lot of online storytelling on through Facebook and stuff like that.
Yeah. So you had two things going on. I noticed you had in storytelling. You had something from the library. Was that the storytelling one? And you had a podcast then as well.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I had a podcast as well.
Is that still going?
Two examples of the kind of things that I've been able to focus on stuff like that I couldn't really do before COVID, because I was busy doing gigs and touring and trad gigs and stuff that made me insisted that I traveled. So I would have been traveling to Dublin all the time, doing corporate gigs and in the trad circle and all that, and then maybe touring Switzerland and Germany, which is fantastic. But I suppose this time I had no excuses. There was no travel, so I was able to focus on stuff. So I did a podcast called Kildare Speaks, which can be found on all the platforms. And I did the storytelling, and it's just on my own page. That's more for children, but I've been kind of playing around with the idea of doing it for adults as well. It's usually Irish mythology and stuff like that.
Lovely. Is that obviously something that has interested you in your own young life? Then, if you're speaking about it now, if you're doing Irish mythology, I mean.
Sorry, could you repeat that?
Yeah, so there must have been obviously something that you were interested in your own youth, Irish mythology. If you're going into that now,
absolutely, yeah, really? Yeah, because absolutely. Like Irish history has always been an interest of mine, but the mythology stuff as well. So I would have, in my first album, I remember writing a song about the Hill of Allen in Kildare and Fionn McCool and all that stuff was of interest. But I think when I got into the acting, it was kind of a natural progression then for me to perform storytelling and bringing some music into it as well.
Right.
I ended up getting into the acting like 10 years ago or so, and that's kind of taken up a lot of my creative time now. So the natural thing for me was to marriage the acting and the music in a storytelling way. So it's kind of evolved. There was no big plan, Dahi. It's all happened organically, as you know yourself.
It's lovely. It's lovely.
The best stuff happens when you don't plan it sometimes.
Absolutely. We'll go into that a bit deeper in a moment. But why don't we start off with a song? I wanted to play this great song called When Mark Met Tom. Tell us a little bit about this one, please.
Sorry, Dahi, I missed the last bit there.
It's all right. We'll probably have a lot of this as we go along. But I was just saying, tell us just a little bit about the background of the song, When Mark Met Tom. It's a great track.
The first song we're playing is I'm going to guess how it says Mark
Met Tom. Yeah, it is. Okay,
the Mark Met Tom is. I'm going to get this out of the way before my Wi-Fi blows up. It's a fictional murder ballad set in Salt Hill, based on real people who you'll meet in pubs in Ireland if you go out and venture out after this business is over. Yes. And it was in conjunction with a fantastic puppeteer by the name of Your Man's Puppets, based around Gort, and he did some puppetry for it. So that's the story.
A beautifully shot video. We have Sinead Burke, who's tuned in there as well. Two of your big fans.
Sinead, that's my sister.
Yeah, hi, sis. How you doing, sis? Yeah, Coon and both of their biggest fans tuned in to our dodgy Wi-Fi stream. Nice to see you. We're doing great. We're doing grand. We'll keep the faith. Thanks for tuning in, Sinead. Lovely to see you. And a shout out as well to Athlone Family Resource Centre as well, who have joined us there as well. Thanks very much, folks, for joining.
Hello, everyone in Athlone Family Resource Centre. Great spot.
let's have this song. We'll be back in a couple of minutes, folks. All going to plan with a bit more chat from Fia Rua. When Mark met Tom, check out this great video. Great bit of puppeteer video. Wonderful.
Well, the shadows appeared hyper as he walked along the prom. He was only 57, but he felt his life was gone. And the sea gave him a feeling like he never did belong. Someone from behind him shouted, "How's it going, Tom?" When Mark met Tom, when Mark met Tom, boys, there was fun. And they were both thinking of porter, and before the hour was gone, we're standing in a Salt Hill bar, feeling young and strong. And the gossip covered memories and the handshakes covered grief. And Tom took out a 50 and they both smiled with relief. When Mark met Tom, when Mark met Tom, boys, there was fun. Now some blame the empty stomachs, some blame the sunny day, but Mark was left unconscious in the rocks along the bay. And Tom kept up the running, but he rarely drank again. Some anger can't be hidden, even when you're with old friends. When Mark met Tom, when Mark met Tom, boys, there was fun. When Mark met Tom, when Mark met Tom, when Mark met Tom, and the sky went low and the sea went high. Tom had an evil look in his eye. The sky went low and the sea went high. Tom had an evil look in his eye. The sky went low and the sea went high. Tom had an evil look in his eye. Oh, the sky went low and the sea went high. And Tom had an evil look in his eye. When Mark met Tom, oh, when Mark met Tom, when Mark met Tom, when Mark met Tom, boys, there was fun.
When Mark met Tom, that deteriorated fairly rapid, didn't it?
Big old glass of whiskey.
Oh, there's an extra bit there. Yeah. I think the bloopers are playing in the background.
I think they are. I think the bloopers are playing in the background. Yeah.
It's filthy stuff. You don't want to be looking at it.
No, we couldn't know. There'll be kids watching this.
Yeah.
But it's great, and you were acting the barman there as well, which was cool.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, there's actually a Shane McGowan video called "That Woman's Got Me Drinking," where Johnny Depp played the drunk at the bar, and Shane played the barman. That was what was in my head there, I think.
Fantastic. When did the urge to get into acting happen, or was it always there? As I said, around 2010, you were saying it sort of kicked off for you.
Yeah, it's gas, isn't it? Like it's like what we were mentioning about, like the organic evolution. I had no plans to be an actor whatsoever.
Yeah,
it was absolutely 100% down to people asking me to be in a play, and I got the itch then, and I wanted to do it more. Yeah, just absolutely no interest in it.
Do you remember the first one?
Yeah, I was doing a Shakespeare play, Comedy of Errors, and I had a few lines. Myself and my late friend Fergal Walsh. We were drafted in as of acting. Fergal had did a little bit before, but myself and Fergal were in a combat scene, a sword fight, and I was absolutely bricking it. Absolutely, like whatever music stuff I had done, there was no comparison between it. I had to learn lines that didn't make sense to me because it's Shakespeare. So backstage, myself and Fergal, Paddy McInerney from County Leitrim was the director and the actor in it, and that was the start. Then after that, then I just continued. But yeah, my first role, I had to sword fight.
Sword fight, a Shakespearean sword fight, was
it? Yeah, and the fella who I was fighting was he was a real smart ass. He was a trained English actor. And he was, "Hey, come on, Fia Rua, I'll take you on." And I was like, I have a big sword here, and there's a lot of people in the audience that I know now. I'll sort you out. So yeah, I was kind of method acting.
Fantastic.
Growing up in Kildare, you'd see sword fights all the time. No.
Oh yeah, of course you would. Kildare is rough. Pierce McLaughlin and
hello, Pierce,
great to see you. He says all the rules. That's right. You have to be careful tonight.
We have to have that discussion, Dahi. There has to be a row now about this Dahi Rua stuff.
There has to be. Did you steal my name or did I steal your name?
I think I might have come after you, all right. I changed my name from Owen Burke to Fia Rua around 2006, I think.
Sure, you're only a public. In fairness.
Stop. Yeah, there's a few Ruas around, and there's a few Fias around too.
Yeah, you were saying that.
In the music business. Yeah. There's a
Fia
guy I think called Fia Moon. Yeah.
Is there? Fia in Irish folks, but the European listeners just means deer, as in red deer. So red Fia would be red deer, right? I got my stage name from my long red hair, as you know, Dahi Rua. Red David, David of the long red hair. That's me. So that's anyway. Moving swiftly along. What else is coming? Is happening for you apart from the CD launch? Are there more acting jobs, or is there acting work coming up?
I got a single coming in the 10th of March. So the single's going to be released on the 10th of March. And out of 10 songs on the album, it's the only one that was written, I believe, during this COVID business-ish.
Okay.
So it's called The Hand That I Seek, and I was talking to somebody, a lovely woman called Niamh Murphy, who's helping me out on the PR and stuff, and we were talking about, we don't want a COVID song. Nobody wants to have a COVID song. It's just an emotion that I think people will respond to. It's called The Hand That I Seek, and the plan is to make a video and release it on the 10th of March. So that's going to happen beforehand. So I'll be leaking little bits of the album all the time. I mean, there's about 4 songs that I've released already from the album. So some of them you'll hear tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. And of course, anybody who's on Facebook there, folks, give Fia Rua artist a like, please, on the page. He does a website as well, but most of your stuff you put out from your artist page. So hopefully people will go and check that out down there. Is Church Song going to be on the album?
Yes, it's the first track on the album actually, and it was the first song that I wrote from the album. So the story of the album is basic. I hope you can hear me, Dahi.
Absolutely fine. No, I'll stop you if I can't with this internet. Absolutely.
Okay.
I'll stop.
So so people from Europe from Central Europe might be interested to know that the concept of this album started in a place called is it Levos or something like that in Switzerland, or maybe Davos? But I had the name in my head, but it's gone.
That's
but
okay.
It was one of the French-speaking parts of Switzerland,
Yeah.
near Montreux. One of the cities near Montreux. Begins with V. Anyway, we were there, myself and Christoph. We were doing a gig there anyway, and we just kind of. I was just saying that I was frustrated doing the upbeat Fia Rua, because my previous album, there's a lot of upbeat, fast songs, and it's grand and it's enjoyable. And I mean, Mark Tom is probably somewhere between. But I felt like there was a part of me that wasn't being expressed in the stuff that I'd written and recorded already. And that involved stripping down things, just intimate, simple, using the lower octaves of my voice. And I just wanted to do an album like that. I describe it as kind of lounge, kind of like Nick Cavey, Leonard Coheney, that kind of low, chilled out, when they're chilled out. So the concept was that Christoph, who's my longtime collaborator, Christoph Capel, a fiddle player, and produced this album. The idea was that Christoph would play piano and I would sing. That was the initial concept. As it turned out, for my 40th birthday, I got an electric guitar. And I wrote a lot of songs on the electric, and I ended up playing the electric for this album. First time I played electric on an album. And so it was electric guitar and piano with a little bit of banjo and a few bits of acoustic guitar too. So it was just I wanted to just strip down everything that I associate with myself and just start completely fresh. Because at this point, you know yourself, people tend not to buy CDs. The music's changed, so you really need a reason to do an album. So I wanted to do it artistically. Just something completely new. I say, okay, this is probably, I need a reason to record this. So the concept was that I would release something intimate, atmospheric, and stripped down, and with a unique sound. That Christoph has done an amazing job mixing the album, if I say so. Like it's got a very unique sound to it, But yeah, go ahead, Dai.
Oh, was it all done in a studio in Ireland? Did you say?
No, it wasn't.
No.
It was actually done in a Georgian house in Phibsborough, where Christoph was living. It's a street with a lot of history to it. On that street, James Joyce lived for a while. It's called St. Peter's Avenue or St. Peter's Road, maybe. It's beside St. Peter's Church. I don't know Dublin very well. I mean, I worked there, but I never lived there really.
Right.
That street it's an old Georgian. Sorry, go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, so it was done in Ireland, but not in Westmeath, but it was done in Phibsborough. Yeah.
No, it was done in Phibsborough in the house there, yeah. I ended up, because of COVID, recording 2 tracks here in my own house, which turned out lovely. Yeah, one of them is by Pierce, who you had as a guest a few weeks ago.
Indeed.
Pierce McLaughlin.
Yeah, he's watching there. Yeah, absolutely great guest. Yeah, great musician.
Yeah.
What did Pierce do on it? He actually engineered it. Is that right?
No, sorry. One of the songs on the album was written by Pierce. It's called Bright Star, and I recorded that here in Westmeath. Yeah.
Lovely. That's great.
And when I've been giving people a listen to the album, they're really responding well to Pierce's song Bright Star. So we might release that as a single too. Very
cool. Well, look, it's great that you're doing so much good work, and that these things are falling into place for you. Let's give the church song a spin. Do you want to say anything about it, or you want to give us a little background
If there's anybody listening in Germany, this song was written in Germany at Easter time. If you go down to Bavaria, Byron, they call it.
Byron, yeah.
Bavaria. Oh, start. My head is not working. Down south of Germany, the big massive province south of Germany. It's quite different than the rest of Germany, and I that's where I was living. And at Easter time and Easter week, there was a lot of people coming to the church. There was a lot of places closing, and I kind of had a bit of nostalgia for my Catholic youth, that kind of thing where Easter week was a huge deal.
Yes.
And I was an altar boy and everything. So, but
me too.
We won't get into that.
No, we won't.
I don't look like an altar. This is my costume. Look, this is a costume. But at Easter time, I was sitting in the church and I was just observing the parishioners coming into the church in a place called Augsburg, south of Munich. And it's a big city, and I ended up writing a few words down and I turned it into a song, and that's what church song is.
That's what church song is. It's a great one. Let's give it a listen, and we'll be back, all going to plan, internet permitting, in about 3.5 minutes, folks. This is the great Fia Rua and a great song called Church Song, dedicated to his German friends tonight.
Well, today I left my woes underneath the veil of the mother and the child behind the rail, inhaling every thought that was lingering in the air between the walls of the cathedral. This place attracts the lost and the suffering, the ones who kneel and pray for anything. But in here I feel so safe in this ancient room, with the statues of the saints, and the spring comes soon. Oh, let my demons drown in their misery, guard me till they're gone and it's safe to leave. Feel as frightened as the child inside my dreams. Guard me from these thoughts and these memories. Today I left my woes underneath the veil of the mother and the child behind the rail, of the mother and the child behind the rail, of the mother and the child behind the rail, of the mother and the child behind the rail, of the mother and the child behind the rail, of the mother and the child behind the rail, of the mother and the child behind the rail.
Yeah, powerful song indeed. Oh, really great. A lot of good comments, great comments coming in there about that song. Who was the backing vocalist there on that? I think I need to unmute you there for some reason. It's not working. Hang on a second. Can you unmute your mic, or can I do it from this side? Let me see.
Yeah, hello.
There we go.
Hello.
Davog was saying, yeah, I was just saying,
yes.
a lot of great comments coming in about that song and how great it is. Who was the backing vocalist, the female on that?
Sweeney Lee is the name of the backing vocalist. She's a fantastic singer.
Yeah.
Got in without consulting me in any way. Both friends of Sweeney, and one day he just sent me a link saying, "Here, have a listen to this," and it actually, I'll be honest with you, it made me cry. Yeah.
Wow! So he just kind of snuck in a bit of production there behind your back and said, "Here, listen to this."
Sorry, Daddy.
And there it was. So you were saying there that the producer just kind of snuck in those vocals there in the background. and you didn't know anything
Absolutely,
about it.
yeah, yeah,
Whoa,
absolutely.
it
A good
worked.
move.
Wow, it worked. It
Yeah,
worked. It worked.
yeah.
I know you're struggling there with Wi-Fi. Oh, and I much appreciate you sticking with us here as well. And just to let
No,
the listeners know as well.
it's my fault for living in Westmeath.
Yeah, who would want to live in Westmeath, in fairness? I also want to tell the listeners as well that when I screen share these videos, sometimes they get a bit compressed, and
I love
so I'm hoping that
Westmeath. It's
everybody
fantastic. Yeah.
will go and check out these videos separately outside of this live stream later on. And I know you've got a great YouTube channel there as well, and people can find these songs there. And so just be aware of that, folks. They do get a little bit compressed when I play them back through the stream. No indication of the production qualities of those songs. Yeah, you're great. Your videos, there's great production in them. You have great. Do you do a lot of that yourself?
Thanks.
Owen, or is there somebody helping you with that end of the editing end of things? Or
no, I wouldn't touch production myself. Saying that, I did record 2 of the songs on the album, but
yeah,
I made sure that it was a simple recording where it was just me and the acoustic guitar. I hate multi-track recording. It's just not my thing.
yeah, sure.
I've attempted it a few times, but I don't enjoy it, especially if it's my own work. If I'm messing someone else's album up, that's
yeah. It's fine. Just don't let me mess up my own album. Yeah.
I'm joking. I
know what
do
you
my
mean,
podcast and I mess around with software, but yeah, I actually enjoy videos more than I enjoy doing audio. I enjoy doing videos more, I think.
Yeah. So you do edit videos when you get a chance yourself. You know, you have the knowledge like to do it.
Yeah. Sorry.
That's all right. I was just saying you were talking about the video editing. It's something that you do a little bit of. Yeah.
Yeah, I do, and I do little sketches, and I do. I've worked with children as well. Well, with teenagers in schools doing movie making workshops for a company called Create School, and that gave me the confidence to just mess around with the editing. And I love coming up with concepts for videos, and of course, I want to star in them myself as an actor. I'm always hungry to play different roles, and
Yeah.
so yeah, so it's an opportunity for me to act. So of course, music videos are something that I love doing. Yeah.
Absolutely. Davo Grin, our friend in France, he was just saying there as a comment, he said that it's a mighty song. Is it another Rua? Is it ? Jesus, the one was enough. Thank you, Davo, for that lovely comment. Much appreciated.
There's 2.
It's just the 2. Yeah, it's just it just caught me eye there. I flashed it earlier, but I didn't see all of his comment. His smart art comment. It's okay.
Yeah,
that's fine. We
everywhere.
love Davo. They're everywhere, sure. Have you worked mainly solo, Fia, or you work with other musicians, but from a writing point of view as well, is it always been?
I mean, it's there's a few lads that I love playing with and I love touring with, and that's that. But yeah, it depends on the gig, I've done solo stuff, lots of solo stuff, but Christoph would be my longest. Actually, the one is. So I'll just go through the musicians quickly. Just myself, Adam Downey,
Sure.
Christoph, and Ross, and then Sweeney Lee. So Ross Rooney recorded my first 2 albums. He's a great producer from Galway, and he still plays bass with me, and he played bass on this album. Christoph fiddle, and Adam Downey's fantastic percussionist and drummer, and Sweeney Lee, of course, jumped in as well. So that's the kind of the core of the people that I work with over the last 10 years.
Okay, it's great. It's great that you have a team like that. It's great working with other musicians who are on the same vibe, the same wavelength, isn't it?
Yeah,
very
absolutely,
much so.
Yeah, absolutely. It's hard to find, Dahi.
It's hard to find, and if you can still hear me, do you do any co-writing, or has it all generally been just kind of your work, or has that?
I've done a little bit with Pierce, actually, with Pierce McLaughlin. We wrote a couple of songs. So we'll see where that goes. And actually with Ross, I'm doing an electronic project that we'll see where that goes as well. So I'm always messing around with ideas. Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool that you can do that.
So I that's my second electronic kind of thing that I've done. I'm not a fan of electronic music really, but which sounds like a contradiction. But the idea generally is that I could just come into a project without an instrument and write lyrics and put a voice over it and create an atmosphere through. That's appealing to me. So that's why I get involved in projects like that.
Sure, and again, if you're working with the right people, sure, why not? And it's another level of what you do, and it's great that you can wear another cap from time to time, and put as you said, all of these things are organic for you as well. They're kind of, a lot of them aren't planned. You go to these projects and you embrace them and you go for them. It's great. It's commendable.
Yeah, it's just
really
not getting you there, Dahi. Sorry.
That's all right. I just rabbited on to the listeners. It's okay. Just nod and go. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, I think maybe maybe do a bit of talking there for a few seconds, because I'm not getting you at all.
Okay. Well, I'm running in and out here, apparently on the stream, but that's okay. This happens, from time to time on these old streams. We're dependent on internet from both sides, and it doesn't always go to plan. But considering your Wi-Fi is almost gone, I think it's going all right.
Yeah, I'm hanging in there.
You're hanging in there.
Really good at reading. I'm really good at reading lips,
I should be maybe.
Yeah, it's like I need subtitles.
It's fabulous. If you can still hear me, so tell me a little bit about Harry Bird and the Rubber Wellies, and that's a great song as well.
Yeah.
We're going to play next. River Gort.
Okay, so we're going to play River Gort next, and River Gort is a song from my previous album. So I'm kind of mixing it up a bit with the choices of videos. The previous album was called "The Sky Went Low and the Sea Went High," and it was a mixture of songs about global warming and about masculinity, and that was the general themes. And I kind of choose this video because I miss playing live and I miss hanging out with the lads. And myself and Harry Bird would have toured Germany together and Switzerland, and I just missed it. And I think this is a nice little representation of me and the lads playing. This is in Freiburg, in a beautiful city that I go back to every year. Freiburg not Freiburg. Freiburg is in Switzerland. Freiburg is in Germany. Right. And this is a beautiful old medieval town. So that's why I choose this song. The song is about the River Gort, which is a small little stream that flows under the ground in Gort, County Galway. And people don't notice it. But one day I was walking through Gort and I looked over the bridge. Well, of course people notice it, but people like me, blow-ins, wouldn't notice it. And I was like, there's a river here.
There's a river on the ground.
So that's where it comes from. It's not many deeper than that, really.
No.
It's about a river in Gort.
It's about a river in Gort. Actually, it's called Gort River. And there's Fergie Milton as well. Just dropped in. Do you know Fergie? You do?
Man, Fergie. How
are you doing, sir?
At Lone. What a guitar player. One of the best guitar players I've ever seen.
He's unreal. Yeah, we can talk about him in front of his face now here. He's watching. How are you, Fergie? Great
Fergie's
to see
brilliant.
you.
Fergie's part of a little project that myself and Fishley Fiddle and a few of the Athlone lads are putting together. And it's a Pogues tribute band.
Ouch.
And it's called Hell's Ditch. And we're coming to Belgium anytime soon.
Oh, mother of God, good luck.
just give me the vaccine, and we're getting into the car, and we're going straight to Belgium.
And we're going straight to Belgium. Well, I'll make sure that I'm in Ireland when you're over here, if it's supposed to be a band.
Speaking of Belgium, before I play the video, can I say hello to my auntie and uncle in Belgium, Sheila and Pat Lynham? I love you guys and miss yous.
Sheila and Pat Lynham. Which part of Belgium are they in? Do you know?
Lynham is a famous Belgian name.
Lynham it is.
Like Ray Lynham.
Like Ray Lynham. All the Lynhams are from Belgium.
No, Pat and Sheila, they're living over in Belgium, over in Brussels for good Jesus, must be 30 years. People, and I just wanted to say hello to
good old spot. Well,
people over in Belgium.
I'm sure they'll be watching this earlier on.
And this song's for you.
Okay, I'm sure they'll be watching later, so we'll dedicate this song to the aunt and uncle, and it's a great song. And we'll be back in a few minutes, folks, after this great song. The River Gort, Fia Rua with Harry Bird and the Rubber Wellies. Check it out.
Yeah. 2, 3, 4. Well, the river runs under the ground, right below at Bozo. It's taken all the sins of man, our troubles and our woes. Oh, flow, river, flow. Flow, river, flow. Flow, river, flow. Flow, river, flow. Hey! And with the rain, the water's high, darker, deeper, stronger. The melted snow falls down below and splashes as it goes on. centuries before Rome. It's shaking blood and stirring mud, oh flow, river flow, yeah, flow, river flow, flow, river flow, flow, river flow, yeah, flow, river flow. I'd like to spread my body out in the morning and dissolve into you without a warning. It's been a heavy year, a heavy season, so take me where you're going, don't be teasing. Yes, I'd like to spread my body out in the morning and dissolve into you without a warning. It's been a heavy year, a heavy season, so take me where you're going. Well, the river runs under the ground, right below and low, low. It's taking all the sins of man and troubles that I know, so slow, river, slow, 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 slow, river, slow.
Woo! It's right. Mangort. Harry Bird. And the rubber wellies.
And the rubber wellies.
There she is. There she is, flying under the street,
yes.
there.
I know
you're.
Me of great times in Central Europe. You know yourself, Dahi.
Oh, look! Don't you know well? I know well. There's Robin James Hurt. Robin is the next victim here on a stream on Saturday night. So, Robin, get your internet sorted out, mate, because we're going at it Saturday night, 8:00. Robin James Hurt is the next victim. I know you're struggling there with Wi-Fi, Fia. So a gold medal to you for sticking with us for over 45 minutes here. Fair play to you. You have everything will be linked on your Fia Rua artist Facebook page. You will be doing little snippets of the album as you go along, as you get closer to the time. The main album launch is on the 28th of March. You have a single on the 10th of March, isn't it?
On the 10th of March, yeah.
Excuse me. Yeah. Fantastic.
Yeah, the 10th of March, yeah.
10th of March. And that's probably going to be online, some kind of maybe a listen party. Maybe we'll do a live stream.
Yeah, well, it'll be a new video. So if anyone's listening that don't know who I am or anything like that, if you look up Fia Rua in any of the platforms, Fia Rua, you'll find me, and send me a message. Book a vinyl if you want. Tune into the album launch on the 28th as well, on the 9 o'clock Irish time, and we'll be friends forever. It'll be great.
We will. And as soon as you get the old job, you'll come out to Europe. You'll go do some gigs again.
I get the job. I'm on the way, lads.
You're on the way. Will you go back to Germany, Switzerland, all the old haunts, I suppose, will you?
Oh, that's like the first place. The first place I'm going to is Freiburg, and I'm going to drink a drink called the Old Cat. It's like the French for old cat is something, and they brew their own drink. They make amazing food, fondue, the whole lot. I'm going to dwell in it, and just think I'm going to sink into a massive pot of fondue.
Fondue, you too. It's a wonderful. It's a great old scene out here, and a different way of life.
It's either that or Ross Lair, Dahi. I'm not sure.
You're going to head somewhere anyway. Yeah, you're just going to
somewhere. We're going to go somewhere, man. Yeah.
Anywhere outside Westmeath is good at this stage. Anywhere.
I love Westmeath. Don't get me wrong. Dublin all the way, man. Okay. Mullingar has to be. And we're doing some wonderful work with a Clone Family Resource Centre, and I'm going to mention this now, if anyone's listening in Westmeath, we're going to be playing live music in various locations around Westmeath in a week between the 8th and the 13th of March in different locations, at Clone Civic Centre and Cusson Point, Glasson, Moat. Tourard there possibly, Castledaly, Mullingar. We're going to be everywhere. We're bringing the music to the people during this hard time coming up to Paddy's Week. So look out for that through that Athlone Family Resource Centre page.
That's a great initiative. The Family Resource page, yeah. Well, maybe somebody will throw that up there in a link later on. Well, we had them earlier on as well, but I know they have a Facebook. That one there, is that the same one? The Family Resource Centre. There you go.
Putting up something.
Yeah, there you go. So that's I know that's their YouTube channel, but I'm sure they've got a Facebook page as well, so we'll check that out. So before I let you go, I know you're struggling there with the net. I want to just thank you very, very much, Owen, for your time and your effort, your patience and your talent.
Thank you, Dahi.
Tonight you're doing great work.
Everyone. Will I introduce the last song, will I? Okay, I'm going to
introduce the last song.
And it's my most recent video, and in the collaboration with Sheemsjocht, which is a new entertainment group that came together during COVID, and we made a video in a pub, and this is another semi-murder ballad set in an Irish pub, and I hope you like it. It's called The Ballad of Tony Dunn, and thanks for listening, Dahi. I love you.
Fia Rua, Slán, and go full August Ihowa, and thank you so much for being here.
All right. Thanks very much.
Happy New Year
Take care
and the very best of everything.
Happy New Year. On the bike.
You too, brother. You too, brother. There you go. The brilliant Fia Rua, folks. Internet trouble, but we did well. He did very well. He could hardly hear me for part of it. And he was breaking up, and the usual story with internet. But we did great. I think we both deserve a glass of something after that. I've started. I don't know if Fia is going to join me, but I'm sure he might. Thanks to everybody for tuning in. Next Saturday night, Loch Gorman Laboo says Robin James Hurt. Robin James, my guest on Saturday night here, folks. So another great singer-songwriter, great artist. Check us out on Saturday. And in the meantime, look after yourselves. Take good care. We're going to finish off with the last song from Fia Rua here. There he's still hanging on there for dear life. It's called The Ballad of Tony Dunn. Thank you very much. Give the video a thumbs up. Share it, please. Subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you on the next Raving with Rua. Good luck to you.
1, 2, Sue. 1, 2.
Hey. Hi, how's it going?
Hey.
What are you at?
I'm doing a gig, obviously.
Right, okay. Yeah, is it a birthday or something?
No, it's a Fia Rua gig, singer-songwriter,
Mm.
well known around here.
Are you playing ballads or pop or what are you doing?
Murder ballads mostly, gothic folk, that kind of stuff, dark indie folk, hashtags, that kind of thing.
Nice.
Who's that gobshite?
Well, the world is full of badness, there's no point in denying. But when I looked at Tony, I saw grace and I saw style. Whoa, Tony Dunn. Whoa, Tony Dunn. A fella from the narrow bog, he was a fella from the plains, a fella who wouldn't harm a fly no matter what they say. Whoa, Tony Dunn. Whoa, Tony Dunn. One night in Conley's bar and lounge, he nursed a quiet one. Then somewhere out of nowhere, a lad took out a gun. Oh, Tony Dunn. Whoa, Tony Dunn. Well, the barman shook in terror, he raised his hands up high. But Tony said, fuck all this, and stuck a pint glass in his eye. Whoa, Tony Dunn. Whoa, Tony Dunn. Well, the blood was on the counter and dripping on the floor, and Coney called the guards and said, well, I have the little whore. Oh, Tony Dunn. Oh, Tony Dunn. Oh, there's heroes in the movies, there's heroes on TV, but no one matches Tony, if you're asking me. Oh, Tony Dunn. He's on the run. He's an only son. My number one. He's Tony Dunn. My number one, he's Tony Dunn.
You want to ditch Tony? Get out.